Ted Bundy, one of the most prolific serial killers in American history, was electrocuted to death more than 33 years ago. He terrorized communities from the Northwest Corridor to Florida over the course of 5 years by ruthlessly and savagely slaughtering innocent women all throughout the United States. This is the story of Bundy's brutal crimes, his 2 escapes from police custody, and how he was brought to justice in Florida. If there's such a thing as a stereotypical serial killer, Ted Bundy didn't seem to fit the bill. Ted Bundy was born in Burlington, Vermont on November 24, 1946, and grew up to be handsome, clever, and charismatic. It was a combination that made him appear to be quite the catch for his female pals. But it was that intelligence and charisma that drew his unfortunate prey and exposed him for what he was, a sadistic monster. Bundy abducted, bludgeoned, and killed at least 30 women during a 5-year period in the 1970s, with many more possibly meeting a gruesome end at his hands. Bundy may not have looked the part, but by the time his reign of terror ended, his name had come to represent the worst of the outcasts, who apparently strike at random and leave a path of ruined lives. In interviews, he described himself as antisocial, walking the streets seeking for abandoned pornography or open windows through which he might eavesdrop on unsuspecting ladies. He also had a lengthy juvenile record for stealing, which was wiped when he reached the age of 18. By 1972, he had graduated from college and appeared to be well suited for a career in law or politics. However, his career was cut short when he discovered his true passion, savagely beating his first verified victim in 1974. He preyed on young and attractive college women, first in his hometown of Washington, then in Utah, Colorado, and finally in Florida. Bundy would prey on these ladies while wearing a sling or a phony cast on his leg, walking on crutches. He would then use his charm and fake handicap to get his victims to assist him in carrying books or unloading goods from his car. He was also known to impersonate authority people such as police officers and firefighters in order to earn the trust of victims before attacking. He would hit them over the head with a crowbar or a pipe once they got to his 1968 Volkswagen Beetle. After striking his victim, he would then restrain them in handcuffs and push them into the car. Bundy was able to rape and murder a large number of women in this manner. He usually strangled or bludgeoned his victims and mutilated them after they died. He then prolonged the proceedings by returning to the body's disposal locations or even carrying them home for more sexual pleasure. He even shockingly exhibited their severed heads at his residence in some cases and slept with their corpses until putrefaction made it intolerable. Many serial killers chose to keep something from their victims, but Bundy, who has described himself as the most cold-hearted son of a bitch you'll ever meet, was truly sadistic, and the serial killer had a sinister motive for bringing the heads home with him. He said, "When you work hard to do something right, you don't want to forget it." Bundy has also suggested that he was responsible for more murders than ones from whom he was convicted guilty. When federal officials inquired how many women he had actually killed, he claimed, "Add 1 digit to that and you'll have it." As the body count increased and witness descriptions spread, numerous people called authorities to describe Bundy as a possible match. However, based on his seemingly upstanding character and clean-cut look, police continually ruled him out. After fleeing from a patrol vehicle, Bundy was apprehended for the first time on August 16, 1975, in Utah. A check of the car turned up masks, handcuffs, rope, and other suspicious objects, but nothing conclusively tying him to the killings. He was released but remained under constant surveillance until he was caught again several months later for kidnapping and assaulting one of his victims. Bundy escaped custody a year later after being transported from Utah to Colorado for a new trial, but he was apprehended within a week. He then escaped for the second time on December 30th, 1977, and was able to reach Florida and resume his murdering spree, before being captured for a traffic violation on February 15th, 1978. He raped or killed at least 6 additional victims, 5 of whom were Florida State University students. On January 24th, 1989, he was condemned to death and executed in the electric chair. This brings us to the end of the Bundy Horror Show. Share your thoughts with us in the comments. As always, thanks for watching. Hit the bell icon to turn on notifications. And if you haven't already, what are you waiting for, and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next one soon.